Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Sunday the 19th of October and this is the start of another weekly craft vlog. So thank you so much for clicking on my video today. If you're new, hello, I'm Marcea and I live in the southwest of Scotland with my noisy husband who's just put his cup down. You saw his hand come in the corner, so I'd say that's Glenn. He's trying to watch golf and I've made him turn the TV down, so I'm going to do a very quick intro to keep him happy. But I just wanted to come on and say hello, welcome to the start of a new week. Yeah, so if you are new, hello, and if you're returning, thanks so much for coming back for another week. I'm going to just start off by letting you know where you can find me on other socials and things like that, and then I'm going to show you what projects we're bringing forward from last week, show you the starting points of them so we can sort of see how much work and how much progress I'm able to do on them this week. I kind of just share my whole just experience of knitting and crafting and everything else in these vlogs. Whilst I've been knitting since I was a little girl, I actually haven't really knitted in a very, very long time. So I'm still very much a beginner knitter, but I'd be classing myself as an adventurous beginner, and I'm really looking forward to trying lots of new things. So you can find me over on Instagram, which is Handmade by Marcea. Here's my QR code here. I'm also on TikTok, although that's not been updated very much, and that is also Handmade by Marcea, and that is the QR code for that one. And I am on Ravelry. This is what my profile looks like, and I'm Lady Mawa over on Ravelry. I do have all of my projects and everything on my project page, so if you're wanting to know what the patterns are, what yarns I've used, what needle size, etc., and any sort of little things I've discovered as I've been doing it, do go check that out. As well as my project page on there, I've also got all of my saved favourites and cues and everything else, and you can be my friend on Ravelry and we can follow each other, and you can message me over on there as well if you want. You can also just leave comments down below if you want to, or DM me on Instagram. Any of those are absolutely fine. So yeah, carrying on from last week, we've got the cloud sweater. This is by PetiteKnit. So I'm just going to show you where I'm up to now, and I'm going to place my marker so we can sort of see how much progress I make this week. So last week I increased the stitches under the arms and then joined in the round. So this is the progress I've made from that little blue stitch marker there. It's pretty much all in the round. So we're going to just move that down, and it's really coming on well now. I think you can definitely see I'm getting there. So we'll maybe try it on this week. I'll pop a little vest top on and we can just try it on. I'll put the stoppers on. But I think it's knitting up really, really nicely. I am using, so the yarn I'm using for this, so yes, the Cloud Sweater by PetiteKnit. Everything's on my Ravelry page. The yarn I'm using, I'm holding Drops Air in Pink Sand with the Drops Kid Silk in Pink Pearl. So I'm holding these two together. I'm knitting them on 4.5mm needles. And yeah, it's just coming on really, really well. I was very intimidated by it to begin with, but now I just feel like I'm cracking on with it and I'm no longer scared of a pattern. So yeah, I think just have a go if you're worried. But look at that, it's like beautiful halo-y fuzziness. It's so soft, it's gorgeous. I can't wait to really get on with it. I think this is just gonna fly now. Maybe this week I might pick up the collar potentially and do that as well. We'll see how we get on. I'm currently on my third ball of the Drops Air and my second ball of the Kid Silk. So that's I'm getting a lot out of my yarn actually. It seems to be going quite a long way. So hopefully that's going to fit. I didn't do a gauge swatch. I know in future I will. Now getting on with Gwen's socks. Oh, I didn't move my stitch marker. I'll move it anyway, but I'll get that moved to the beginning there. And then I've got Glenn's socks here. These are the One More Step sock by Denise DeSantis. She is Earth Tone Girl. Knitting it in this yarn here, which is a... Does it work, Glenn?
I think so.
I've just said to Glenn, because he was had the TV on, says, can you turn it down? But he has hearing aids, and like these smart ones. Does it work? And I went, why don't you just put the telly, play it through your hearing aids? He went, can I do that? I went, well, why not? Because we can like cast from the phone to the TV and things. So he's now, is it working? That's so funny. So he's really pleased. He's actually can now watch the telly whilst I'm filming. This is much better. I don't need to go in the cold conservatory now. Anyway, what was I saying? The yarn I'm using for Glenn's sock, it is a Yarn Smith Superwash Merino sock yarn. It is a 75%, 25% blend, and it is in the shade Rainy Days, and it's knitting up gorgeous. It's a really nice one. It's just got like 4 little mini cable rows, and the rest is just stockinette. And it's a self-striping yarn, and I think it's coming up really lovely. And I think the shade Rainy Days is such a good description. And it's Rainy Days here, and it is just very grey, little bits of blue, like dull, dull, dull. But yeah, I think this is looking absolutely gorgeous. I did mention in last week's vlog that someone had told me to do the Russian pearls next to the cables, which I have done on this one, and it is making a much nicer, tighter pearl, so it's not so gappy at the sides of the cable rows. I meant to show you how to do that in my last vlog, and I didn't, so I will definitely show you in this vlog this week. So yeah, keep watching for that. I'm just about ready to do the heel turn for this sock. This is sock number 1 on here. So yeah, that's really, really good. I'm knitting this with 72 stitches in the round, and I'm doing it actually on a 2.5mm needle. I made a pair of these for myself. Sorry if you've already seen me in the vlogs and you feel like I'm repeating myself. But yeah, I made this pattern for myself, like with 64 stitch round with a 2.25mm needle. And I just felt they were a wee bit tight. I don't think my tension was really tight. So I've moved up a needle size for Glenn's and doing 2.5, and I much prefer it. I think it's making a really nice fabric. We shall see what it's like once it's on. But yeah, I'm so happy with that. So yeah, we're just about at the heel for sock number 1. So that is coming with us this week. And then, oh guys, this blooming blanket. So those of you who know, this is a 10-year project, ongoing, 10.5 years pretty much. And it's been sat in my whip pile forever. And I did say yesterday, right, that's it. I'm going to tackle this one side of popcorn stitches that I need to do. Did them yesterday, and then I realized I had done one too many half double crochets in between the popcorn stitches compared to the other 3 sides. I was umming and ahhing whether I could get away with it or if I should rip it out. I've decided, yeah, I'm just going to frog that edge and just redo it. I will do that for sure this week, maybe even this afternoon, so you can be my friend as we rip that out and we can do that together. And then I'll re-crochet that side. This blanket is called Around the Bases. It's linked down below. I'm just following the YouTube tutorial for it, but there is also a free blog post with all of the weeks. It was a crochet along years ago, 2015 I think it was, and it's lovely, and you can do this as a beginner crochet. It's literally step by step. The channel for the YouTube tutorial is around, it's all in a nutshell, and yeah, if you search on her playlist Around the Bases, then you'll do there. I think this is week 13 for the popcorn ones, but yeah, it's coming on. I'm so close to finishing it. I think there's only another 3 rounds after this one, so just the popcorn's the worst one now. The rest is going to be super fast. So yeah, I'm going to frog that, and there we go. I still haven't started my cross stitch, and I am going to start my 52 weeks of sock this week as well. I got the book out last night. I had a little read through it. I'm feeling happy that I've got everything I need to get started with that, so we're going to get that on the go as well. Right, that is it. I just wanted to come on and say hello and get my vlog started actually on Sunday. They run from Sundays through to Saturdays. I edit it on a Saturday night and then upload them on a Sunday. So there should always be a new weekly craft vlog each Sunday. And then once a month, I do a roundup of all my crafty things. And we look at all like the finished objects, whips, cast-ons, acquisitions, all of that malarkey. So yeah, there we go. Ooh, just to update you as well, in last week's vlog, when I'd got my sock ruler out and I sort of mentioned that it just had UK shoe sizes, and it didn't have a different one for men and women. And then I shared a thing I'd got off Google, sort of showing how the men and women's shoe sizes are different. I actually reached out to Yarn Industry, where I bought the sock ruler from, and she honestly, she replied back to me Saturday night. Incredible. Because I just asked her if there should be a difference between the men's and women's shoe sizes for UK sizes, because online it looked like there should be, and she said no, there shouldn't. And like even though I'd searched for it on Google and it said yes, I think that was referring to the US sizes where there is a difference, and that UK foot lengths, like a UK man's shoe size 6 is the same length as a UK female shoe size 6. And she sort of mentioned a few sources she'd used, such as like Clark's and things like that. And I had a little look on, and right enough, that was that. So I'm just going to take it as that is what it is. But I think if I'm doing, I'll sort of check what shoe size people are, and I can also ask them what their foot length is if I'm making socks for somebody else. And yeah, there we go. But I just wanted it because I thought it'd be useful for doing toe-up socks as well. But yeah, I just thought I'd just clear that up because she'd been really good. I was very impressed. The fact that she replied back to me probably in about 20 minutes, and it was a Saturday night. So I thought that was really good and worth a mention. All right, guys, I'll catch you a bit later once I've got something to show you. I'm going to place all my beginning, my progress markers in now, and then we'll crack on with this week's knitting. I'm up in my loft, craft room. Glenn's watching Grand Prix downstairs. We're a bit wonky, which is the straightening up. There we go. So I thought I've got to ignore all of this. I need to come up here actually soon and get it sorted out. Anyway, I thought, why don't I come and pick some yarn for the Linea sock, which is my 52 weeks of sock that I'll be knitting. That's one that came out of the random roulette wheel. Now, I've got quite a lot of the Yarnsmith Merino superwash sock yarn, and there's some great colours in here. Like, oh, look at that pink. There's honestly some amazing colours. The thing is, it's my first toe-up sock, and I don't want to use that on my toe-up sock when it could all go wrong. Do you know, I've just been totally distracted by the fact it's Halloween in a couple of weeks, and that I should knit myself a vanilla sock with this. I've just seen that, and I kind of want to knit myself a vanilla sock. I need to do Glenn's sock, and I need to do this other one. Look, that is screaming Halloween. Next year. I'll do it. Save that for next year. I want to do that now. But anyway, the point is, so yes, I want to use some of my cheaper sock yarn, I thought, to do this because it's my first toe-up sock. So I've got some, it looks like it'd be better with a plain yarn because it's quite an intricate thing. So I've got some like Drops Fable. So I could use that. Or I've got some stuff in here, hang on, behind you, which is like this, which will probably be okay as well. But I thought it might be quite good. That's also a Drops Fable, I think, yeah. But why don't I maybe do it in one of these? Thinking the green colour's a great colour. Then so is this rust. Let me just open this. Got these little bags from Temu, aren't they fab? I literally, don't be fooled. I've got so much yarn to pack away, and there's like loads. Can you see over there? Don't even look. Don't look. Don't look. We need to get everything on my computer in Ravelry. We need to do a video with that. Anyway. This could be nice. Or the green. The green's a great colour. I'm thinking maybe do this. It's quite a rustic yarn, I think, but it's all right to knit with. It isn't the softest, I don't feel. However, I think it'd show the stitch definition quite nicely. So yeah, I think I'll do that. Yeah, because the other one is otherwise using my Yarnsmiths, or I've got loads of like self-striping and self-patterning. and I don't want to do that. So I think I'll take these 2 balls down. So obviously I don't know how much it's going to take. And with it being toe up, I suppose I can measure it up the leg and see when I get to 50 grams. Like, so these are 50 gram balls, aren't they? So it'd be like 25 grams up. Are they 50 gram? Yeah. Yes, I'll probably just start 1 for each sock, and then whatever's left over, I can use that for colour work and things. I think I'll do it in that copper. I really want to do that green. It's a great green. I'm just umming and ahhing. I'm going to do this. Oh, I've got the yarn I bought as well when I went to Campbelltown, but I was going to try and do that as a colourwork sock. I'm so indecisive. This is a really bad camera angle. So I'm reading messages popping through. Me and my sister and a couple of the girls, the ones that we always do our cruise holidays, we're just trying to book a cruise, but not till 2027. We've already got one for 2026 booked, and I've got one for next and 2027 as well. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I've got one for 2026, one for early 27, and we're looking one for autumn 27. Anyway, I digress. Shall we just go with this? And I've made a decision, and then I can at least get started on these socks tomorrow, hopefully. Yes, I've made my mind up. That's what we're doing. Let's go back downstairs. Hello, it's Tuesday afternoon, just after 3 o'clock. Now, I have been doing a couple of bits. I don't think I've shown you everything I've been doing. Been quite bad at updating you. Anyway, yesterday I have been working on Glenn's sock, and today I'm working on my sweater. So let me just show you the progress I made. And actually, do you know what I had an absolutely nightmare on this heel, and I wish I'd filmed it actually, but I just really wanted to sort it. So I have actually turned the heel on Glenn's sock now. God, it looks so big. So that's been now onto the foot section, which is really good. And I've already done 16 rows of the foot, so it's coming on nicely. Now, this is a show. Excuse the toilet flushing in the background. My husband doesn't realise what vlogs are, and that people don't always want to hear him going to the lavatory. Anyway, yeah, this is the shadow wrap heel, and I had literally just got to the point where I was about to turn, and then I don't know what happened. I don't think I could have put my needle through all of the stitches, because at some point you've got like 3 little stitches on one stitch at a time. This doesn't make sense unless you kind of know what I'm talking about, and I'm not explaining it, so but yeah, you get twin stitches and triple stitches, and I sort of put my needle through, and then I looked and I was like, oh god, that's not right. And literally it was on the first row of like turning the heel and coming back on the decreases. And so then I thought, oh, I'll just try and pick up. And because the way that you're creating extra stitches to create these increases here, it was just, I thought, I didn't know how to fix it. So then I thought, well, I'll just pull it out and I'll start picking up the stitches. No, that didn't work. So what I did, I ended up going back quite a bit, and I used a DPN, and I kind of like picked up like along the stitch row. I just sort of picked up the right leg of each stitch and then just pulled out the yarn. And I managed to retrieve it, I think, without too much of a problem. And it looks like it's all right. And I think unless you know, you wouldn't know. But I wish I'd filmed it now, because honestly, my heart was in my mouth. I think this is the sort of thing I need to film, because then if I'd have shown what I'd done, number one, somebody might have been able to suggest something, so if it happened again, then I would know. But number two, because it kind of worked out what I did, that might have been useful to somebody else. And it was just one of those things, I just wasn't concentrating for a split second. And it was at the point that normally I'd just knit it back, you know, as you call it, tink. I'd just tink it. But I just didn't. And it was a bit too weird with how the stitches were, so I had to just rip it out. I'm pleased, because I think there was a potential for it to go tragically wrong. I think what this has taught me, I think in future, when I'm doing a shadow wrap heel, I may put a lifeline in just before I start the shadow wrap. So worst case scenario, it just takes me back to the beginning of the heel. It was just, I think it was just pure carelessness on my part that time. But anyway, there we are. So we're on our way with this sock. I'm a bit bored of this sock purely because it's the exact same pattern as what I did on mine just before. So it's like the second pair of socks with the same pattern straight after each other. I was going to today cast on my 52 weeks of sock, the Linea sock. However, we've now heard that because we're getting our new bedrooms this week and we thought it was going to be tomorrow afternoon or Thursday. Anyway, it's coming at 7:45 in the morning. So we've had to get the spare bedroom all ready so that Glenn and I can sleep in that tonight. Obviously all our furniture's been moved out of our bedroom. Literally, it's like we're moving house between the kitchen, and it's literally like we just moved it all over again. And Glenn is now taking our bed down. We've got an ottoman bed, so there's all the stuff under the bed. He says he'd like the bed down so that he's got full, like loads of room to work, to put the units and bedroom wardrobes in and everything. So yeah, Glenn's now, I've emptied that all out. Glenn's now taking the bed down. So me thinking I was gonna have a day of knitting today has not transpired. However, tomorrow there'll be work going on there. I'm going to totally say to myself for the next 2 days, because he'll be working on the bedroom, I can just sit and knit, and that is my plan. So I'm going to cast on my sock tomorrow for that 52 weeks of sock. So anyway, that's Glenn's sock update there. So yeah, in future, if I have anything tragic happen on my knitting, I will include it on my vlog. Secondly, I'm just picked up my sweater. I haven't worked on it for the last little bit, so that's where it was. What are you looking at, matey? What are you looking at? Nothing. You looked out the window, you're looking at something. So yeah, this is just where I started this week, just where the, I can't even say, where the red marker is. There we go. So it's not, oh gosh, you can't really see, there we go. So only a little bit, I haven't really worked on it at all. So I was wanting to start, like, to pick up for the collar. However, I've only got this bit left of my drop set for the body, so I've decided I'm going to just keep knitting the body until I get to the end of this little bit, which won't be much, and then I'm going to pick up for the neck and just start the neck, get that done, and then I don't know whether to start on a sleeve, maybe. But it is coming on really nicely. I'm really pleased with how it's coming on and how it's looking. I feel like I have like purposefully loosened my tension a little bit, just because when I was doing the front and back yokes, have I talked about this already? I'm not sure. But when you do the front and back yokes, to begin with, they're worked on the flat. So obviously you've got your purl rows, and they're usually looser than just knit. And so I just thought, oh, I didn't want there to be like an obvious change in my tension. So I'm really bad at when I knit. I'll sort of show you here what I mean. Normally when I'm knitting, I do tend to give it a little tug in between each stitches, and I've stopped doing that because I don't think it needs to with this. So normally I do a knit, and then as I go on to the next bit, I pull it like that, and then knit, you know, and I just sort of do a bit of a tug. I put tension on it before I wrap round for the next stitch. And what I'm trying to do now is just knit a little bit more, just with a bit less tension in my working yarn, and I think it's coming out okay. So yeah, we shall see, but it's coming on lovely, and it's just nice to be working on it again. So I'm going to just keep going until this little bit is out, and then pick up the neck. There'll be no knitting this evening. We're going curling. We've joined the pub curling team. Oh, it's not every week. It's a bit of a drive there. It's over in Stranraer. So they've got a curling rink over there, and that's where we're going. And it'll be our third time this evening. Glenn absolutely loves it. I quite enjoy it, I have to say. I didn't think I was going to, but I don't mind it at all. So yeah, I'm just gonna get a bit done now. To be honest, I'm going to have to get changed soon. It is 3:15. We're getting picked up at 4:45. So I'm probably going to do about an hour's worth of knitting now. I'm going to just sit down, crack on, watch a bit of YouTube, and just see how I get on. If, to be fair, there's not an hour's worth of yarn left there, but just thinking, I don't want to be picking up my neck and then going out. I'd rather pick up the neck actually tomorrow. So I may end up just finish this bit of yarn, then maybe do a little bit of Glenn's sock if I've got time. Just get a few more rows done on that. It's the longest lasting sock. I used to finish a pair of socks. Remember, like a couple months ago when I first started knitting my sock, I'd have a sock done in 4 days, but then that was the only thing I was knitting on. And my mum and dad were here and I was just literally like knitting pretty much all day long. So this is probably why things are just taking a wee bit longer now. Anyway, I just want to come on, give you a quick update as to where I am at. I've had mixed comments about my blanket, whether I should rip it back or not on that side. Some are saying, yeah, definitely do it. Others are saying, oh, life's too short, don't. And yeah, I did have a look at it. I think I showed you yesterday, didn't I? I'd laid it out and to be honest, you couldn't tell that much. And I thought, ah, it'd be fine. Now I'm thinking maybe I do need to just rip it back. It's taken me 10 years on it. So I think we can have a close-up view of me ripping that out. And then redoing it again. God, blimey, that blooming blanket will be the death of me. So anyway, yes, that is where we're up to. I'll catch you all in a wee bit. Hello, crafty lovelies. It's Wednesday. There's going to be bits of noise and things going on in the background because the bedrooms are getting fitted today. Glenn's prepping the walls in the kitchen for painting, so there's lots of stuff. So I thought, do you know what, let's get up out the way. And whilst I'd love to spend all day knitting, I really need to organise this craft room. Let's have a wee look and see what needs to be done. Oh my god. So yeah, I don't even remember, it's a really long space in the loft. It's actually a great space. It looks narrower on camera than what it really is. I've got a tester pot. I'm going to paint these walls lilac, I think, eventually, which I think will be quite nice and fresh and lovely. Like lilac and silver would be nice. So I'd already started getting organised. When I first moved in, I started getting quite well organised, and then it's kind of hit a brick wall because we're doing stuff with the house. So I've got lots still to do. So all this yarn that I've been getting recently all needs to be packed away. But I've got lots of stuff in here still in boxes. There we go. So I need to sort all this out and get organised. I'd like to try and keep this space clear if I can, first of all, but then I might pop some desk. Maybe I might make it like a resin bit. I don't know, but we shall see. Or I could maybe paint this side first and then move some bits in here. It's a smaller side, this side, the other side's a lot bigger. I don't know, or maybe make this like a little, this could be like my little wool nook. It could be quite nice, get like a little chair, comfy chair. Would it be up here? I don't know. But anyway, it needs sorting out. I need to unbox these. I need to get organised. I've got wool everywhere. So yeah, we're gonna just have a productive few hours and just see what we can get done. I'll probably stick on time lapse. And we'll get organised. Just clear this will make such a difference. So yeah, let's get working. So what I've been doing at the moment, I want to get all this logged. I do want to eventually get all my yarn logged on Ravelry, but that's a task for another day. So I've just got this tub here. So that's just some of my new Aldi yarn. And then these little cases, which I got from Thankyou actually. They're really good. I might even get more of these just because you can kind of see what's inside them and keep them dust free and things. So these are just all like my... I've got Drops Fable, like plain ones, and then Fable, like self-patterning and and then some just different self-patterning ones there, like the Stylecraft Head Over Heels, I think it is. And I've got my Yarn Smith Merino superwash in this one, so I've got just the different patterned ones here, and I've got the plain ones in there. I've still got stuff here just that I want to get packed away, but it's just in here for now. So I've just got some of the cakes and that from Aldi, some of the balls from Temu, and then just some of the Kid Silk one, which was the colour that I was going to do with my sweater but ended up being a bit too lilac-y. I have got some yarn that I might think about pairing that with actually for a future project. Or I can do something that's like a held double, kind of Kid Silk mohair, sort of mohair held double thing. Anyway, that's what this is about. Let's go through here. And I'm just going to bring a box through. I'm thinking, you can tell I've been looking for bits and pieces in these. I think I've got like an embellishment box, which would be a really good box to start getting packed away on the other side. So let me just hang on 2 ticks. Okay, first things first, we can just pop the yarn in the corner just now because we don't need this yarn just now. This is what I was looking for something earlier, so we just need to for now. I've got loads and loads of yarn. And there's this. Is the yarn in here? No, right, this is just some stuffing. And then this is some yarn there. And there. Okay, right, that's yarn. Got a couple of books here, little knit books. Just pop that on there for now. What have we got in here? Right, I think I've got stuff in here we can take through. This all needs to go through. I reckon we can get this finished today. Right, there. Okay. Is this all embellishments? Embellishments, right. Let's bring this box through first. So I'm going to bring this one through, then we'll have a little look in it, and then we'll start to get organised. I'm just going to get them all done, guys. Oops, just walked into the wall. Right, we have got the box in here. So we're just going to have a little look. I've got it down here. So let's have a little look, see what is inside. I was just going to chat to you, but now there's a bit of noise going on. But we'll have a wee look. Hopefully it's not too annoying. We've got, don't know what we've got. I'll just get everything out. We'll have a look on the side. All right, we've got a few like charms. It's like little beads. Little charms, beads, nail tape. I was thinking I could make my own progress keepers and stitch markers. I was thinking about doing that, so I've got some of those. That's more jewellery things. Right, this is also for resin. It's like a nail art stuff, but it is, I think it's like you can use it as like a glue. I think it was for using like with foils, so that needs to go over that side. That's just a case. Oh, I could maybe use that for my needles, actually. Stick that there. Right it in. We've got safety eyes. Okay. So much stuff. Oh, wax melts. Okay. This feels empty. It's not what I've got. Oh, pom-poms, I think. So that'll be for my hats. That's for woolen knitting. It's just trying to find a place for everything. Right, I'm going to put it on a time lapse. This is going to be really noisy. We'll get everything out. Have a look. Oh, everything's in boxes. Ah, right. So this has probably all been on the side before. What have I got in here? Just what is this? This is like acetate pieces. I can't remember even what this is for now. What is this? Is this for doing think this might be, oh, so it's bits of acetate. Is it to use with shaker cards maybe? Oh my God, I can't even remember. It's that long since I've used anything like this. That is mad, potentially. Oh my goodness. Okay, we've got that. And then we've got in here some embellishments, some glass beads. Right, so these are all things for my desk. So they definitely need to be my desk. I think I used to just, I was like a great organiser, having things in its own little place. Oh, this is just when I was packing up, actually. I've just remembered now. It's just to keep it all together. So in here, I've got like loads of little embellishments and things, inclusions for resin or cards, loads of like wooden beads, sequins. So that needs to be on my desk. Oh, glitters. Yes, beautiful. This is, again, just a few more embellishment things, just the drawers. So we'll go through everything. Once I finally get everything undone and packed away, we will have a craft room tour once it's all in its new home. Right, we've got a time lapse, yeah. Guys, got so much glitter. Glitter. We've got loads of glitters. And we've got makers. And then was that glitter underneath? Oh, I think it's going to be easy just to start packing a box away at a time. Like glitters. You get the idea. Okay, I need help. So yeah, I think the thing that's coming up here is I'm just taking things out of the box, but actually I need to be thinking about where I'm wanting to put it. Just because I have got slopey ceilings here, it kind of, whereas at my other house I had things going, lots of stuff going vertically on shelves and things. So I'm going to have a little think about where I'd like everything to live. It may well be that I pop it over on top of this little shelves there, the little bookcases, or it'd be nice if I could maybe get a nice line of glitters and things along here. I maybe need to clear this top space first, have a look and have a think. I definitely can't move downstairs once I get all this sorted. And then, oh, should I have painted first? Oh, I don't know. But I desperately want to just get things unpacked. But I do know that I would craft more if I actually physically came into a craft room. I think at my other house, because it was downstairs and it was what was my dining room, and so I think like you just kind of wander in there more, whereas I've got to, like I said this the other day, I've got to purposefully come up here to craft. But I want to just get it, I think I want to get it done, because then I can think, right, I'm going to come up and then just be inspired rather than just sitting knitting all the time, which I'm loving. But I've got all these other crafts. I've got like paper crafts, resin, jewellery making, diamond painting, and there's so many things I could do. And it'd be nice sometimes just to go up and think, oh, I'm just going to do a little hour on something different, or make a birthday card, or make a Christmas card, or even just like 3D frame stuff or cricket things. So yeah, I want to get it all organised and then just start enjoying everything really. So there's going to be lots and lots of content to come and lots of different types of crafts. Do let me know what sort of crafts you are interested in, number one that you enjoy doing, or that you're interested in doing, or you'd like to see. Let me know, because I just think I need to do, I said this before as well, I think I need to do like a little roulette wheel sometimes and think, right, spin that wheel, what am I going to make now? And then think, right, it's jewellery or beading or whatever, or resin, or, you know, and then just come and do something and just keep it fun, keep it interesting. Okay, let's talk more work. never mind. I'm just wrapping it around very loosely. Don't worry, I'm not stretching the yarn. But yes, part 1, not going very good. Also, I realised I've got 16-inch, like 40cm needle. And for my magic loop, I should have a larger one. So I've just ordered some, but I'm going to see if I can at least cast on to begin with this. Yeah, so far we're stumbling at the first block. So step 1 is do this magic cast on or preferred method. So I'm going to do Turkish because apparently quite a few people have said that one is better. Okay, this is going to be the finished thing, but I did a thing. I have done my cast on. First time toe up cast on, first attempt, no problems. So I've used the Turkish cast on method and I've followed Andrea Maury's tutorial. Really easy. I'll link it, but yeah, that's me. I've cast on. I've started. Hi guys, it's Thursday. So little quick update. I have done my toe of my sock. So yeah, it went okay really. You guys, can you let me know the ones that have sock knitters and done toe up? On here, on this pattern, obviously you've got your front and back needle. It's written for magic loop. Well, it's it top and bottom or front and back, whatever. But the first stitch that I've you do your knit front, knit back, knit across to the last 2 stitches, then you knit front, knit back, and then knit the last stitch. But everything I've seen on YouTube, with all the other tutorials saying knit 1 stitch first and then do your increase. But on this pattern, you increase on stitch 1. It looks okay, but I'm just sort of wondering, is that right? I'm not sure. And I think it's knitting up really well, considering I normally knit for myself on a 2.25 and this is a 2.5. It's got really nice stitch definition of the Drops Fable, and really it does feel quite rusticy, but I quite like that. It feels like it's going to be a sturdy sock. It's made some nice fabric. So yeah, that's where we're up to. I'll be back later. So quick update on my sock and the cable situation. I was using the cabling without a cable needle method just because they're just single cables, either left or right. But the left leaning ones are just looking really scabby compared to the right. Can you see? So I am actually going to cable traditionally with like slipping it onto a needle to get a neater finish. But you can see there how lovely the right ones look compared to the left. I mean, it's just right at the beginning of the sock. So I'm going to just leave it, I think. However, yeah, we'll switch it over. But also these little ones should be a lot better defined as well on the side. Can you see there? It just looks a bit rubbish. So we shall see how this progresses. I mean, 2 minds are so that close to the beginning of the sock. So I just take it back. Maybe. It's one of these. I've not done very much of it. I could just start again. I don't know what to do. Let me know. I'm just going to pick up my stitches on my neck for my sweater. Bit of everything. I just need to get this done. So it's told me how many stitches I need, and it says how many I need at the front and the back. So it's one like each stitch, and then it says a rate of approximately 2 stitches every 3 rows on the increased rows here, and it's got given me a set amount. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go along, I think, and place a marker, sort of work out how many I've got at the front, how many I've got at the back, and I can divide them what I need on these side bits, and then just try and space them evenly. So that is the plan. It's so sunny. It's Friday. I'm going to give you, hang on, I'm not organised. I'm going to try and give you a wee update of what I have been up to with my knitting. So I started my top sock yesterday. I do believe I showed you a wee bit of it. But look at this. It's coming on so well. What I have discovered, I am one of those people now that actually loves a pattern. I'm just enjoying it so much, watching it grow and watching the pattern develop. Isn't it lovely? This is so easy. I had started off by doing the cabling without needles technique for first, but honestly, there was there was definitely a difference between the left side and the right, like the left leaning and right leaning cables. So I've switched now to using a cable needle because it's literally hardly anything. And I think it looks a bit more even. So you can see here though, because on the right leaning one without the cable, it was so neat and tight. It was beautiful actually, but this side wasn't. But this is actually definitely, it replicates without a needle, the same as with a needle. There's no difference, but there is definitely a slight difference on with the needle versus without. But together, I think they look better with the needle. They're more uniform. It's like, okay, yeah, this is tighter and neater, but that is not being replicated on this lean. So I'd rather them just look the same. These ones are definitely much more defined with the cable needle than without. I think you'll agree. If you look here, then look at them now, much better. I love it. Absolutely love it. The knitting in the back loop creates this beautiful like twisted knit stitch. It looks so gorgeous and defined, really, really nice. And then I love the little garter sort of bit in the middle of the cable section. So that's going to be like a little garter diamond, and it's just a plain stockinette back. So far, so good. So yeah, my first taupe sock is doing well, but yeah, I am definitely looking forward to things I'm wanting to do. I'm wanting to do a colour work sweater and a cable design or texturized sweater. I'm just loving this. I'm following a chart for this as well. I think it's the first time I've followed the chart completely. There's no written pattern instructions. So yeah, just having to read a chart. It's dead easy, but it's just remembering where I am. So I just make sure at the end of every row, oh my goodness, what have I done with it? Where's it gone? Am I sat on it? Here we go. I just make sure I click my row and then I know where I am. I'm finding the pattern not too bad to follow actually, and I'm sort of, it's one of those where you actually can sort of start to work out what is going to be next. And so I think by the time I get up the leg, I probably won't even need the chart, dare I say. I think for sock 2 I'll feel fairly confident. So yeah, that one's doing nicely. And then my sweater, guys, I picked up my stitches last night just before I went to bed, and I sat my stitches for my neck. I sat and put stitch counters on, like little markers, my little light bulb doodads, these things. And I sort of marked out every 10 around the neck just to try and make sure it was nice and uniform. So I've done a few rows of my neck. It's just stockinette. So I've picked up here, well, obviously all the way around. I think I've picked up really well. Obviously I am a newbie. And then what I also did is I knit my ends in from all the other bits as I was going. So it's a wee bit chunky on the inside because it's got, some of them have got like a couple of extra pieces in, but they're all in and lovely and no ends to sew in. And I'd rather do that and do it as I go. And that way, I'm not going to have any of the thread accidentally poking through due to a bad sewing situation. So you can see here, I've got my pickups and also the extra one then from that, and that's where I've finished off. You can see they're just coming out the end there. They can now be snipped, and that is all okay. So yeah, it's going really well. And I did I held them on the back part of the neck. So even if it does look a bit thicker through here, it shouldn't matter because it's on the back of the neck. And it's like a roll funnel neck anyway, so this should probably be disguised. I don't think it's going to show at all. I'm really happy with it. And this is like, I think it's lovely. It's even and uniform each side. I've picked up in the correct place. I'm so happy. The only thing is, it feels so itchy. I think I'm going to find this a bit itchy. I'm going to have to wear like maybe a long sleeved vest underneath it. It's so fluffy. I think probably like the drops there by itself would have been fine. However, it's not a very strong fabric, and so I think it definitely needed the mohair in it to give it that strength and make it a bit longer wearing. But it's going to look so beautiful. I'm really happy with how it's coming on. So happy. Once I finish the neck, we'll do a try on and see how it's going. This is a bit of mohair for the body. I've finished the drops there. For here, I need to connect a new piece on. That's like my little leftover bit here. And I've just got my first leftover kids silk there from like when I did the back yoke. I've got a new ball here, so I just joined that on because there's more than enough to do the neck. Just trying to make use as much as I can, so there's very little waste. But yeah, I'm so pleased with it, so happy. The yarn is, the balls are going really well. Like, I think I'm only on my third ball of drops hair. Third? I think so. Oh, got to go. Can't remember what I was saying, but apart from, oh yeah, how many balls I've used. That was a delivery from Wool Warehouse. Oh, this is very dusty from the back of the van. So this is great. Let me just show you what we've got in here. That's why it's at perfect timing. So I know I said I wasn't going to be buying anything, but I needed some more. Oh, hang on, let me get my scissors. Where are they? Oh God, this is stuck down really well. I've got it. So I wanted my needles. Let me start again. Start my toe-up sock to do it in magic loop. I hadn't realised I'd only got a 16-inch cable, and actually I needed the 32-inch cable. I think that was correct. Well, it'd be easier. I have managed it on the 16, but it was really tricky. There wasn't very much cable left over by the time I was like maxing out my increases. Plus, I also wanted a 9-inch circular 2.5, an extra one, because I only got one, and I was doing Glen sock on that, so I've had to transfer Glen sock onto another needle so I could use a 9-inch circular for my sock. Not ideal, so I thought I could really do with 2, and then that way if I ever wanted to do them simultaneously, if I'm just working on one pair of socks, I can do that, or if I want to work on a pair for Glen, a pair for me, or whatever, I can do that. It gives me options. And then I had something in my basket already, so I thought, well, let's just get it. Then I've got them all, and I've got another set of interchangeable needles. So as you know, I'd picked up the 5-inch tips Knit Pro Zing Deluxe set of interchangeables, and I got the 4-inch tip set as well. And then I've now got the minis. So let me show you these. These were in my basket, and actually my friend Sheila has also got these, and she said, oh, we need to get them. I was like, they're already in my basket. I'm like, I was planning on getting them, but then when I needed to get this, I thought I might as well just get this. I had looked locally for these, I couldn't get them, so I've ordered them from Wool Warehouse. So yeah, I've got another 2.5 9-inch fixed circular. These are great for socks. I'd said to you before, the Novas come in 10 inches, and for me it was just stretching my stitches out a wee bit too much. 9-inch, perfect for socks. You're not stretching your stitches, and honestly it makes such a difference, and your stitches just flow much easier knitting in the round. So I'd strongly recommend, if you've struggled with circulars in the past, just check in case you've got 10-inch ones and just try the 9-inch. These are the Knit Pro Zing, and they're great. They're all colour coded. And then I've also got the 32-inch 80cm fixed circular needle here. Is it 80 I wanted, or 60? And it doesn't really matter. I've ordered the 80, the 32-inch, which would be great, because then I've got, let me just have a look in here, because I think I've got other ones. What I've got, I'm not even talking in a sentence. Yeah, I've got 9-inch already for there. What's this packet here? That's my 10-inch Nova that I've put blends onto. Now, and I've also got the double pointed. So as you can see, they're all colour coded, which is brilliant. So it's easy, especially if it was ever to wear off. You know that the red is 2.5 millimeters. So yeah, I've picked up another 9-inch, another fixed circular in the 32-inch, and interchangeable 2-inch set. So these are like the little tiny mini tips, which are going to be great for small things that you're working on, little colour work bits. But bear in mind, you can also add these tips onto the longer cables if you wanted. The only thing with these is they only start, I think, at 3 millimeters. Yes, so it's, what does it say on the back here? So the Zing Mini Interchangeable Knitting Needle Set is ideal for knitters who prefer metal needles, superior grade, lightweight aluminium. Each needle provides a smooth glide, blah, 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 blah. The colour coded by size. Size is laser printed on the needles for lasting durability. Points are flawlessly tapered, making them ideal for all yarns and projects. The set of the shorter length needle tips are ideal for smaller circumference projects such as hats, sleeves, baby items. The smooth and secure cable join polished needle surface is sure to add to your knitting enjoyment. Oh, it's boiling. And so it's 8 mini special interchangeable needle sizes, packed in a fabric case. We've got them in 3 milli, so the sizes are in millimeters. 3, 3.5, 3.754, 4.55, 5.5 and 6, which is the US 2.5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. There's 4 fixed cables which make up a length of 10.8 inches, like 27 centimeters. Two of them, and 2 at 12 inches, like 30 centimeters, and there's 4 end caps and 2 cable keys, and the cable lengths are measured tip to tip. So obviously you've got these cables. If you add the other tips on, it's going to give you a longer length, because the other tips be longer. So you can add a 4-inch one on the end, or the 5-inch tips, and they all work together. So let's have a little look at it. So I'm really happy. So I've got all of the sets now. It's just a shame you can't get, I don't think, let me know, I don't think that Knit Pro do interchangeable tips smaller than 3 millimeters, which is why now I'm spending my money getting the smaller sizes to complete it. So I've got quite a few now at 2.25s. I've got like everything I need for them, I think. I'm pretty sure now I'm pretty well fixed for the 2.5s. The next thing was just to see like the 2.75s, and after that we're good to go for pretty much any project. So it's just the same as my other ones. We've got like the little matching cases, but a little mini diddy size. So inside it is just like a pouch, and in here we have got the tips. It's just the same as all my others. Aren't they pretty? Oh, they're so cute and diddy. So I'm really, really happy to have these. It's a great addition for me, and I'll be able to do probably DK weight socks with these, I think. On 3 mil, I should be able to do that. And hats and baby things and all the things. And like necks will probably be really comfortable with these as well. Particularly, you know, for smaller sizes. And then little zip pocket at the back. I am a nightmare, aren't I? It makes me happy. Have I just dropped something? No, it's just the cable here. So we've got, oh my gosh, look, so we've got little cables. That's fab. So you see it's going to be ideal. Put them on. I'm about to snip my socks on them once the little tips are on. So there's 2 cables. Sorry, Glenn just rang. So yeah, we've got the 2 different lengths there. So you can just see this lighting's so bad. And then we've got, again, the little one's basic instructions. Then in here we've got, it's got plenty of end caps now. So we've got 4 of those little screw-on end caps. So if you're trying things on or whatever, just holding your stitches whilst you use your needles on another project. And then in here we've got the little pins which help tighten everything up. So I'm super happy, guys. I'm so happy. And I know it just seems like a bit thingy, but I'm just loving knitting so much. I can't believe I've gotten all this time not knitting, but I think it just comes to you when you're ready to do it, doesn't it? And I'm like, I cannot imagine not knitting now. I have been, since I've started knitting, I've been consistently crafting, which is just all that you can ask for, really. I'm so happy. I'm just loving it. I honestly love it so much. I am wanting to get like a little project done whereby maybe like I'm thinking about just start doing like a little colour work hat. I just kind of want to knock one out, you know what I mean? And now I've got these needles and things, I probably will have a little look for a pattern. My sister's here this weekend, so it'll be into next week anyway. I've got plenty to be working with right now, which is great. And if my sister's here and I want to do a bit of knitting at night, Glenn's sock is a great mindless knit for me because it's just a 4-up and it's dead easy. And I'm just on the foot now, so yeah, I'll be excited to try and get that one finished. But yeah, that's it. I need to go. I'm sat in the sun. I'm boiling. I think I need a t-shirt on. What's going on? It's like coming up to the end of October. The clock's changed tomorrow. And it's like, it's just glorious. Look out there, guys. Can you see? Look at that. Oh, I'm so looking. Look at that view. Isn't it beautiful? Anyway, I'm going to go. So I'll see you in a wee bit. I didn't get back on to do any more updates on Saturday, so sorry about that. So we will leave the vlog here, but I will see you all again next week's vlog. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely crafty week ahead. Take care, and I'll see you all again very soon.